In this video, we're going to look at the examples on pages 10 through 17 of the 9-4 slides. Here's the first one. Identify the slope and y-intercept and write the equation of the line that is graphed in the figure below. So we can see that this line goes through the points -4, 0, 0, -3, and 4, -6. Now, it's pretty clear. We know that the y-intercept is the point on the y-axis that the line goes through, so our y-intercept must be the point 0, -3. So that means that b equals -3. Now, we want to find the slope of this line. Well, I can pick any two of these points to find the slope. It'll give me this, and I'll just use -4, 0 and 4, -6, because why not? So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We'll make this our x1, y1, and this our x2, y2. So that gives us -6 minus -4 over, -6 minus 0, using the wrong point there, over 4 minus -4. Okay, well that's -6 over 8 is the same as -3/4. So our line has the equation y equals -3/4 x minus 3. Moving on. Our next example asks us to write equations for lines j and k in the figure on the previous slide. Well, here we have one line, x plus y equals 5, and two other lines, lines j and k, and we have a couple of points through which each of them go. In particular, line j goes through the points, let's see, that's a -4, 0. And -3, -1. And k goes through the points, let's see, that is 0, 2 and 3, -1. So going back to our paper, this isn't so hard to do. We know that these lines are parallel. And so any 2 points are going to have, any line of this form is going to have the form x plus y equals some value. We'll call that value c. Well, to find c, we just take the sum of the values of the x and y coordinates of any point. So line j, if we take -4 plus 0, that's -4. If we take -3 minus 1, that's -4. So x plus y equals -4 is our line. And we can also write that as y equals x minus -x minus 4. Either way. For line k, again, we have x plus y equals 0 plus 2 is 2, 3 minus 1 is 2. There we go. Alternately, y equals -x plus 2. We'll go back to our slides now. Okay, sorry, I'm skipping some things. There we go. Write the equation. Okay, we already did that one. Find the equation of a line that is parallel to a given line when at least one point on the parallel line is known. We want to write the equation of the line that is parallel to 2y equals 3x plus 8 and passes through the point 2, 1. We want to write the new equation in slope-intercept form and in standard form. Okay, well, the first thing that we want to recognize here is that if we've got 2y equals 3x plus 8, we want to solve this for y. So that means we're just going to divide everything by 2. Y equals 3/2 x plus 4. Okay, well, our new line has to go through the point 2, 1. So we take this, that 4 goes out the window, but we know our y and our m are going to be the same. So this is going to be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And now we will plug in our y1 and x1. Let's move that down so you guys can see that part. We'll just plug in our x1 and y1 into this formula. Y minus 1 equals 3/2 times x minus 2. And then we'll multiply on this side. It's 3/2 x minus 3. And then we'll add 1 to both sides. Y equals 3/2 x minus 2. Okay, well, now we want to put this into our standard form, which means we're going to subtract that 3/2 x from both sides, giving us negative 3/2 x plus y equals negative 2. And now we'll multiply everything by negative 2. Okay, on the left, that gives us 3x minus 2y equals, on the right, 4. And there is our general form of this equation. Moving on. Now we're talking about perpendicular lines. And the first problem we've got is we want to find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to 4x plus y equals negative 3, passing through 0, negative 3. And if handy, we've got the y-intercept there. That's always good. And we're going to write this new equation in slope-intercept form and in standard form. So let's move on. Okay, so 4x plus y equals negative 3 is the same as y equals negative 4x minus, did I write that one down right? Let me just make sure. Because that line does go through 0, negative 3. I'm just going to double check. You know, we're just going to say that is the line that passes through this. I don't have my book handy. But based on what I've written here, that is the line. Oh, we're looking for perpendicular. That makes more sense. Okay, so if we want the perpendicular line, we have to take m equals negative 1 over negative 4, which is just 1/4. So we want a line with a slope of 1/4 that goes through b equals negative 3, which gives us y equals 1/4 x minus 3. Then we just need to change this into our standard form. Okay, well, that means we subtract our x from both sides to get negative 1/4 x plus y equals -3. We're going to multiply both sides of the equation by -4, which gives us x plus, minus 4y equals 12. Go. Did I even switch this to? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Sorry, I was afraid for a second there that I hadn't actually switched this and you had missed all of that stuff, but no, I had just switched it on my screen and not on the video. So, last set of examples. We want to know which of the equations below represent a line that is perpendicular to 2x minus 3y equals 1 and passes through to -1. Okay, and they give us 4 options. There's y equals 2/3 x minus 1/3, y equals 2/3 x minus 7/3, y equals -3/2 x minus 1/3, and y equals -3/2 x minus 7/3. So let's take a look and figure this out. Go, that's better. All right, so the first thing we need to do is figure out the slope of our original line. Okay, well, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides and then divide by -3. So that gives me -3y equals -2x plus 1, and dividing by -3, I get y equals 2/3 x minus 1/3. Okay, so having done that, I can easily see that the slope of this line is 2/3, which means that the slope of the perpendicular line is -3/2. So we can cross out these two lines as possibilities. Having done that, I just need to figure out what line goes through, has a slope of 2/3 and goes through the point 2, -1. So this is, we just plug in y minus, here's x1, y1, -1 equals -3/2 times x minus 2. This doesn't seem right based on what I've got here. I don't think any of these answers is actually correct based on what I've got here. This is y plus 1 equals -3/2 x minus 3. Sorry, plus 3. Yep, that's better. And then I add 1 to that, and I get y equals -3/2 x plus 4. So that's the actual line that goes through these points, not any of those. I think I just copied something wrong from the book there, but this is the line we would get based on the slides. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. That's the end of these slides for 9-4.